Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I just wanted to say that in this video, I was recording with my hand cam mic for some reason, so my mouse was really loud, so sorry about that. In the future, I'll make sure it's my mic that I'm using right now, so it sounds better. But anyways, enjoy the video. Hey guys, so as you can tell, in this video, I'm going to be talking about why I have no brain cells. And first of all, before I kind of get into why I actually don't, I just want to say I blame it on my teachers. Oh no, I'm getting thirsty people there. So, I'm not going to make too much boring suspense. I'm just going to get straight into it. So, I've had many teachers during all my years of school. And I still have more to come, you know? And I feel like I've had a lot of bad teachers, but definitely one of the worst was when I was in 3rd grade. I had this teacher, I'm just going to call her Miss W. Her name started with a W, but I don't want it to say her full name. I know you can be like, how bad can a teacher actually be? Like, it can only be so bad, but let me tell you, she was like no ordinary teacher. Now, I want you guys to get like a picture of what this woman is like in your mind. She's like, she's Asian. I'm pretty sure she was Chinese, but every day in the morning, she'd have coffee. She'd bring it to school. She'd have Dunkin', what was it called? Dunkin' Donuts? Yeah, that thing. Dunkin' Donuts coffee every morning. That's what she brought to school. And she'd smell like it. The whole room would smell like it. Whenever I think of Dunkin' Donuts coffee, I either think of Charlie D'Amelio or that teacher, which both are not very nice to think about. Yes, I got the bed. Oh, my bed's gone. So after recess, we'd have lunch, and then after lunch, we'd come back into our classrooms. And in my classroom, what we had was reading time. And I remember the exact book we read in 3rd grade. I'm quite sure we read some other ones, but this was the most memorable to me. We were reading The One and Only Ivan. Now, if you know that book, it's an amazing book, but this experience just ruined the whole book for me. So, as I told you, after lunch is when we do the reading. So, what would happen is around 75% of the time, my teacher would not have finished her legs. So, we'd all be crammed on the tiny little carpet in our classroom, and we'd have to sit there and watch her eat her Caesar salad and her Sprite almost every single day. That was a clean ladder clutch. Now, I think you can understand why this wouldn't be enjoyable for any 3rd grade student, or any student in that matter. After that, when she finally finished eating her gigantic bowl of Caesar salad, that usually took 8 to 10 minutes for her to finish actually eating, then we go on to story time. Now, I don't know if my teacher was okay, but we were reading The One and Only Ivan, and before we started reading the book, a couple months before we even started reading it, she said, "This book is very emotional. It always gets me emotional." Now, of course, being a 3rd grader in the beginning of the year, and she's never read that book to me, I had no idea what she meant. I almost died there, but I took no KB, luckily. I don't want him to hit me off, so I'm just gonna... GG. Also, I forgot to mention, I'm using a new pack. This is the first time I've ever used a pack besides SammyFault from a long time ago. But this is his new pack, the rose gold one, and it's really nice. Anyways, continuing on with the story, I had no idea what she meant by "this book always gets me emotional." What is that supposed to mean? You're a teacher, it's a book. It's legit just a book about a gorilla. Oh no. What happened is we started reading the book, The One and Only Ivan, one of the best books known to mankind. You read 1 chapter a day or so, and what happens is after a couple of weeks, when the book starts getting quote-unquote emotional, Miss W just starts crying out of nowhere. Now, that already is extremely strange in my view. I don't know if that, I didn't know if that was normal, because you know I'm in 3rd grade, I don't have much experience with school. So, I'm sitting there, confused at what's happening, just watching my teacher there read the book and crying, and you know, her makeup's going everywhere, like I have no idea what's happening. And then, when I started realizing, I don't think this is normal, she asked this girl, I'm not going to say her name, but she asked this poor girl, can you please get me a tissue? And I'm like, okay, I guess that's chill, you're just asking her to get a tissue, but like, lady, why can't you go get it yourself? It's literally just like a couple feet away, we're in a small classroom. But this poor girl had no idea what was to come. Like, then, from then on, whenever Miss W got quote-unquote emotional after reading a one and only part of the one and only Ivan, she would just like call on, and it was just the tissue girl. Like, literally his only job was to get her tissue. So, has been the tissue girl for like a couple of weeks, you know? And I'm starting to think, I feel so bad for this girl. Like, this poor girl. Hold on, I gotta sweat because they have Adobe. So, you know I'm feeling bad, and then what happens is she's absent one day. And the teacher calls for when she's crying, reading her book. I just realized I've been telling the story and I've been saying her name. So, if you see some weird cuts in the video, or like the video's muted at certain marks, that's why, because I accidentally said her name. So the girl that gets Miss W's tissue one day is absent, and the teacher calls the girl's name, and she's not there. So I think you already know what's about to happen here. So she looks around the room, looking for the girl, and her eye just pans over to me, and she's like, "Oh, not here. Ner, why don't you get the tissues for me?" So you already know, I'm in a bad mood. I don't want to be getting this teacher's tissues. You already made us watch you eat salad. Like, now we gotta be your personal, like, tissue bringer, and you gotta cry while you're reading this book? So, pretty much, end of story. I just did not like school. As a young kid, I didn't, like, every morning that I woke up, I'd be like, man, I don't want to go to school today. Like, it just wasn't enjoyable at all. So, I personally blame my teachers, because my lack of brain cells is definitely not my fault. Also, I didn't like Miss W's teaching style. She got mad really easily, and, like, we couldn't talk in class at all. It was just not fun. So I didn't like who she was as a person, or I didn't really understand a lot of the stuff she did. It didn't make sense. Oh no. So thank you guys so much for listening. So thank you guys so much for listening to my painfully bad commentary. I hope you at least somewhat enjoyed it. Now I'm just gonna try to win this game. I don't know if I can win because these people are actually sweaty.